A battle at CBS News spilling into the public, with flagship broadcast 60 Minutes and new editor-in-chief Bari Weiss right at the center.
Did you think you were going to die there?
This segment on the inhumane conditions at a maximum security prison in El Salvador, where the U.S. government deported some undocumented immigrants, was supposed to air Sunday night. The promo even released on social media. But Weiss told show leadership to pull the segment late Saturday, in part because there was no interview with the Trump administration, according to a source at the network. Angry with the decision, correspondent Sharon Alfonsi emailed her fellow 60 Minutes colleagues, a copy of the email obtained by NBC News. Alfonsi writing in part, "The segment is factually correct. In my view, pulling it now after every rigorous internal check has been met is not an editorial decision, it is a political one." The veteran 60 Minutes correspondent says the story was cleared by editors after multiple screenings, and the Trump administration declined requests for an interview, adding in her email to colleagues, "The public will correctly identify this as corporate censorship." Weiss responding today, writing, "Holding stories that aren't ready for whatever reason happens every day in every newsroom." 60 Minutes has been in the crosshairs of the Trump administration, the president mentioning the show as recently as Friday.
60 Minutes has treated me worse under the new ownership than they just keep treating me. They just keep hitting me. It's crazy.
Tonight, Weiss says she looks forward to this important story airing, quote, "when it's ready."
And so now the first details of these psychological, physical, and even sexual abuses of what these migrants went through at CCOT are finally coming out, and it's truly inhumane.
The greeting they got from the prison guards was, "Welcome to hell, where you will live out the rest of your lives and be condemned."
A 22-year-old prisoner said that he was hit so hard that he lost half a molar and then wasn't given any painkillers for a month.
There was an incident of several inmates trying to break out of their cell, and they said they were punished with 6 days of intense beatings, including being punched, kicked, and struck by clubs. Apparently, the prison nurse was watching this horrific beating and shouted, "Hit the piñata."
I mean, that's literally insane, and things clearly just got so bad. The inmates were desperate for something to change, so a lot of them partook in hunger strikes, and this was crazy, even blood strikes, so that the beatings would stop. And it's important to remember that while all of this is going on, none of the prisoners were actually given trials, but investigations showed that less than 10% of the prisoners had criminal past and were sent to CCOT simply for having tattoos that resembled those gang tattoos. There was no other proof for them to be sent there.
The Department of Homeland Security hasn't commented on these disturbing new allegations, but the Human Rights Watch said it's like Guantanamo on steroids. These people are outside the U.S. in a country with no separation of powers. They're in a space essentially ungoverned by law.
They don't want you to know that CBS 60 Minute CCOT segment, you can go watch it right now. Use your resources is what I will say. But they canceled releasing that 60 Minutes episode so late that they missed one. And it was Canada Global TV. And if there's a whistleblower in Canada, thank you. Thank you for helping us out over here in America. We need people like you. That's the kind of energy that we are needing right now. But you could go watch that video. Go see what America is doing. Go see what America is doing. And guess what? Because of what America is doing, a judge is granting all the detainees at CCOT due process like they were supposed to have in the beginning. In the beginning. In the beginning. Okay? I cannot believe everything that they tried. My God is working a million steps ahead because it ain't gonna work. The CCOT episode 60 Minutes that was canceled, you could go watch it. Use your resources. That's all I'm gonna say.
This is insane. The CBS 60 Minutes story that Bari Weiss spiked just aired in Canada on accident. I mean, this is nuts. Shout out to Phil Lewis who showed this and put it up on his YouTube. It is now taken down. It showed the first 13-minute segment of this spiked story. I can't play you the full 13-minute video because it certainly will be taken down. This was real. It just happened. This from Brian Stelter. It's astonishing, he says. Global TV, which airs 60 Minutes in Canada, uploaded the original version of Sunday's episode, including the Sharon Alfonsi segment that Bari Weiss shelved. Now, CBS is rapidly trying to take down anything related to this segment. It's already out there. It's already been filmed. It's already been downloaded. If you go online right now, I'm sure you can find it. What a disaster for Bari Weiss. What a disaster for CBS News. As I said earlier, the Streisand effect always wins. Because they tried to censor this video, it will now get seen by many more people.
Oh my God, guys, I just watched the 60 Minutes report on CCOT. The one that, I think his name is Bari Weiss, who runs CBS now, suppressed supposedly because the Trump administration didn't respond to any questions to go along with the interview. But he really suppressed it because he knew that this segment would really upset the White House. And I watched it, and it's horrific. It aired in Canada. And somebody up there recorded it live when it aired, and it's available. I'm going to tag it. I cannot express my horror at having watched this. This is outrageous. This is not what America is about. As an American, I am ashamed of my government for doing this to these people. It is torture. It is absolutely torture, and they can't even prove that these people are criminals. But first of all, they haven't done anything to be treated like this. This is a war crime. This is a violation of international law, and this is just outrageous. Kristi Noem has got to go. She has got to go. Donald Trump has got to go. Congress needs to get off his ass and impeach those motherfuckers and get him out of government. I just, it's shameful what they have done. Please watch this, repost this. The word's got to get out. Something has got to be done.
Oh my goodness, there has been so many different things that's been happening within the news from the past few days, and I feel like I gotta catch up. Like 2025 is hanging on for dear life with the drama and all of the scandalous things happening. I don't think we're gonna go into 2026 in peace, it seems like. Whew. But before I get into my thoughts on this topic, I just want to first say that we have to give a huge thank you to our friends up there in Canada. We don't do it enough. We don't say it enough. But thank you guys so much in Canada, because I'm going to say it. It might not reflect the feelings of every American, but it reflects the feelings of Meg. And I just want to say, I feel like you guys have been watching out for us more than our whole government has, because the fact that you guys got this story and were able to see the piece about it and you were able to upload it onto the internet, thank you guys so much for that. Now, I know a lot of people in Canada might be like, girl, whatever, and I understand that, because what really makes it so profound is that all of you as Canadians could be like, F America, we don't care. Trump is doing this to us, trying to attack us in each and every way. But there's the majority of you guys who are watching us and trying to help us out in any way that you can. And it doesn't go unnoticed. We love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. We love our friends around the world who are our allies. And of course, Canada is, I feel like we're thick as thieves, if you want to call it that. Like, we're BFFs. We're here. We're literally right next to each other. I mean, I know it's just a story, but I mean, it's so much more than that. Thank you guys so much for being there with us every step of the way. I know some Canadians, like I said, will not care or thinking I'm making a big deal, even some Americans, but I don't take it lightly, because you guys could be worrying about your own issues in your country, which I know you guys are, but we're so grateful. I've seen so many people saying thanks to Canada, and we owe you guys big time. I hope that we could pay it back forward to you guys. So thank you so much. But just my thoughts on this, the fact that the editor-in-chief of 60 Minutes, I don't know if she's over the entire news quote-unquote department, or if she just does 60 Minutes. I'm not sure what the distinction is, but the fact that she went through that much, let me not say that much, but the fact that she pulled this the day before it was supposed to air and 24 hours later it came out anyway, like definition of backfired. Now, as everyone's been saying, if this would have went to air, it would have been the regular watchers of 60 Minutes that would have seen this. Now that you tried to hide shit, now the whole world has seen it. I'm sure people in other countries even wanted to see this. And the fact that our friends in Canada got it just simply as that, we got to thank Global TV too, because I don't know if it was somebody on our end in the US that kind of nudged it along and still got it uploaded and sent over to you guys, or if it was the powers that be at Global TV in Canada that were able to push it through and let the Canadian folks watch it. Whichever side pulled the trigger, it's just really hilarious when you think about it, because no one's thinking that 60 Minutes airs in different countries, but here we go today, like literally, and this is just what it goes to show you. When you try to hide things and suppress the truth, it's going to come out. I just feel that the fact that you wanted to hide it so much and now so many people have watched it than you anticipated and would have normally seen it, it just goes to show that whenever you try to hide things, it's going to reveal itself at some point. And yes, I'm repeating myself because it's true. If this woman would have let the piece air, we wouldn't be in this mess. It passed through the legal department standard and practices. The fact that this editor-in-chief, Barry Weiss, said that, oh, no, I think we need an interview from the Trump administration. Since when? Now, of course, it would be nice to have, I guess, to say that you have both sides of the stories. This side is saying a huge, major, sad thing, while the other side, and we know it's going to be BS, they're just going to try to defend it and talk in circles to where they're not really answering anything. And because we know that's what it's going to be. If they declined to interview, it should have been left as that. Why do we have to hold the story to wait for them to get an interview from the Trump administration or from somebody in his cabinet? Make it make sense. No, y'all wanted to go back and erase some of that stuff. It's innocent people in there, you guys. Sleep is going to be so hard tonight. And just think, we got to pray for people who are going through conditions like this, literal torture in hell. Like, this is essentially a modern day concentration camp. Imagine a first world country is sending human beings to get tortured like this just because they're in the country illegally, committed no crimes, didn't kill anybody, didn't assault anybody. But the majority of these people, and which was mentioned in the piece, have no criminal history or didn't even commit anything criminal in the first place. It's just unreal to me that this is real life. And not to lie, you guys, like, I think this is the beginning. They are going to try to suppress a lot in the media. And if this Paramount thing goes through, oh, it's only going to get worse. Like, Trump is going to own CBS. He is going to have them bought, and he is going to have total control. And it's scary to think of the fact that this wasn't going to be aired. Now, I do believe that there is a documentary, I think it's on YouTube, about CCOT as well, that's more in depth and it's longer. It's just scary to think about that us here in the United States have to live with the fact that our president and his minions are allowing this to happen. And to think that there's people that support him, MAGA people, would still defend this. It's absolutely uncalled for. But I could talk about this for another, I know I've been saying that lately, but I could literally, it's just so frustrating. I could talk about this for another hour, but let me know what you guys think about this, because I think this is just sickening and it's sad. Really pray for these people in this jail. Like, don't get me wrong. Now, if there's people, I think there may be people from gangs and stuff that may have done some really bad things. Now, them, I can't vouch for. Y'all did what y'all did. Y'all decided to commit gang activity. I don't know. I can't do anything for that. Me personally, I'm just going to pray for the people that are having to endure this, and they are innocent. They committed no crimes in their life. They just got sent to this place because they were not born in the United States. It's just really heartbreaking. And again, thank you to our Canadian friends for getting this out to us, because I mean, like I said at the beginning, it's just a news story. It's sad to think that we would have probably ignored this if it had aired. It's good that people were able to view this on a greater scale to where more people are aware of what's going on. And to think that people voted for this is just mind-blowing. But anyway, you guys, that's all I have today on this topic. It's just so depressing. This is just something so sad to find out about near the holidays. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Bye. See you later.